We are 601. We're in Indianapolis or something. Look at this guy. He's got a big load of logs.
Probably about that.
Got a bite at Chipotle. Yeah, we're an hour and 40 minutes from our hotel, and today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is start of GIE 2019. Should be good. All right, guys, we made it. Took about 13 hours. We were in Louisville, Kentucky, or close. I think we're actually in Indiana, right across the river from where the Expo is. So I just dropped everyone off inside. Nice little Kubota hanging out right here. But yeah, so we made it. Everything went good. So no major accidents or anything. No, traffic wasn't too bad. So all right, I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. What's up? Since I had YouTube. Oh, hey guys. Alright guys, so in this video you're just gonna see a couple of the things, the cool inventions at GIE. If you haven't been there, you gotta go at least once. This is our first time. So I'm just gonna show you a couple of the coolest things I got on film. This is probably only a 16th of what's there, if that. We were there 3 days and probably saw a quarter of the expo. It's massive, so sit back and I hope you enjoy these couple things that I got on film here. Thanks.
You can do this. How do you go in reverse? Push.
Hold on here, watch this.
Cheers, man. Yeah. I'm having fun. That's what well.
Alright guys, I'm here at the Gator Alliance booth. We're going to check out this Gator base. So what exactly is this stuff and how long has it been around?
So Gator base has been on the market now for 6 years, 5 years with full Canadian winters under its belt. Okay, so this is a styrofoam product. It replaces all your base aggregate, so there's no more 10 or 12 inches of excavation. It's a 4-inch excavation with Gator base. So in a traditional install, you'd excavate 12 inches down, you'd put your fabric, and then you'd start adding 6 or plus inches of needless base material. Gator base, with an R value of almost 4, insulates the ground over the winter and significantly reduces the frost and thaw cycles while helping with load transfer. So in the ground application, your pavers, the footprint on the Gator base is stretched out over such a greater area that any movement is not there anymore because it can't lift a big area as opposed to single pavers. Cool? So these tongue and groove panels all lock together, creating like a floating floor for your patio. So that, mixed with its load transfer capabilities, will allow your patio to withstand frost and thaw cycles better. You will reduce your labor costs, you will reduce all your excavation, your needless aggregates coming back in, and all your base material coming up.
So basically all you have to do is scrape off any decomposable soils and then screed it level and then put this and then your pavers.
So you want to rip off your sod, you want to get down to your native soil. So if you got to take off 2-3 inches of backfilled organic material.
However much happens to be there.
That's right, get down to your native soil. You're going to add a non-woven fabric for separation and drainage. You're going to screed out 1 inch of bedding material to level for your Gator base. You're going to install your Gator base, and then your pavers right on top of that. If you're using an inconsistent product like a wet cast or a natural stone product, you could also screed out a layer of sand on the Gator base.
Yeah, because your natural stone, sometimes you got 1 inch, sometimes they're 2 inches.
So you can set that wet cast or natural stone into the Gator base, allowing you to have a smooth install.
Wow.
Right? So we've installed now 5 million square feet in 6 years. We have no failures, no callbacks.
Wow.
So it's a product that's been on the market now, that's not going anywhere. We use styrofoam in construction every day. All we did was scale it down for the landscape industry.
That's it sounds genius. I've never actually used it, but I definitely want to incorporate in on our next hardscape project. You know off the top of your head what this costs per square foot?
Where are you guys out of?
Twin Cities, Minnesota.
You're probably around 250, 260 a square foot.
Okay.
So that's gonna replace your labor, your aggregates. That's right. You're gonna replace a lot of your materials.
It's gonna replace end dumps coming in and out. 100 trips forward and back out of the lawn.
That's right.
Yep.
The idea is to make more money in a season, right?
Right.
How do you make more money? You do more jobs.
Right. With the same amount of guys, the same amount of equipment.
How do you do more jobs? You gotta finish more jobs. Gator Base will allow you to do that.
Well, thanks for your time.
Hey, appreciate it, guys.
We'll definitely use it in the future.
Take care.
Alright, so here we have a brand new Cat 306 excavator. This is my first time in a Cat track hoe, and I gotta say I'm very impressed. This thing was quick, smooth, very responsive. I liked it a lot. No shortage of power. I was impressed. I think this machine retailed for around $90,000. It's a 7.5 ton machine. This one did come with a thumb, and yeah, it was overall a good experience. I think we ran every excavator they had here, between Cat, New Holland, a couple other ones, JCB. But yeah, it was good time. So here was Jaybird and whole 35G John Deere mini excavator. I ran it after him for a short time. It was pretty smooth, it was pretty responsive, but to me it just seemed like it lacked power. Like when you would try to run the boom, the stick, and the bucket all at once, it would kind of just bog, like it didn't have enough hydraulic flow or something. I'm not sure, but it wasn't near as responsive and as powerful as the Cat. And then next we had this JCB as a 75 horse machine with, I think it weighed around 12,000 pounds, which is very heavy for that size skid steer, I thought anyway. I think this arm would go out about 8 feet. It was pretty responsive. One thing I didn't like was when you say you're cruising along, you'd hit the thumb or hit the button to extend the arm out, and it would bog, like your drive motors would slow down, and then as soon as you let off, then it would take off again. But it's a kind of big, bulky machine, high visibility. You could see really good. There wasn't like a cage around the cab like most skid steers have. That was kind of different. If something came flying at you, a rock or something, it'd probably end up on your lap. But I ran this thing for probably 20 minutes, and it's a good idea, but I think the machine lacked power. For a 12,000 pound machine, you would think you'd have a bigger than a 75 horse motor, but overall it was alright. Alright, so after we were outside and went around and demoed a few things, we went inside and Stanley Genetic was speaking at the Jobber booth. So that was interesting. We listened there for a while, then he randomly called me up there, so let's see how that goes.
Meaning I am going to require you guys to actually use your mouths and your brains. Because I will tell you right now, you guys, I'm going to ask you a question. What is the thing that will make you more money than anything else in the world? What's the one thing? I want some answers. Anybody? What? Confidence is absolutely top of the list. But if we're going to talk about a physical thing that's going to make you the absolute most money, it's going to be your mouth. Your mouth will make you the most money. Your back, I'm wearing a back brace because I'm 48 years old and busted my back up and wore myself down way too many times because I worked myself to the point where every single night I would lay on the floor and stretch out before I could get up. In the morning when I crawled out of bed, I would lay on the floor and stretch for about 20 minutes before I could stand up because I didn't learn that this is going to make me more money than my hands or my back.
Sorry.
I believe that everything that I was ever going to be able to build as a contractor would come from my skills. But here's the thing, you guys. It's a combination. It's a critical combination to understand that you've got to have skills, but you've got to have sales ability to communicate those skills to your customers, okay? And this does not matter if you just do lawn maintenance solely, if you do fertilization, if you do hardscaping, if you do construction. I don't care what kind of business you're in, but your ability to communicate quickly efficiently and effectively with your customer will make you the absolute most money. Do we have anybody here that does not get that yet? All right, are we all still on the same page? So confidence is a fundamental key element to be able to communicate. Where do you gain confidence? Let's throw something out there. I'm going to quit talking until I hear something from you guys. So where do we gain confidence from you? What is it?
Experience.
Experience. What do you think?
Repetition.
Repetition. Experience. Yes.
What they said.
I said two good things. Okay. So if your mouth is going to make you your money, how are you going to practice? What are you going to do to effectively increase your performance when you're communicating with a customer when your mouth is not making you money? Okay? I want you to start to think, I've got to practice 24/7 because communication is a skill that can come, but it can also go. All right? So I'm going to talk to you guys about some things that I do to improve my communication. One of those things was B&I. B&I is like this meeting you got to go to every week, and it's annoying, and it was like, I only went because they forced me every week to stand up and talk for 60 seconds in front of a crowd. And I'm like, I'm going to go to do just that, to make myself uncomfortable to the point where I can now become complacent with a simple act like that. But then I learned something even better. I learned that I could practice more efficiently in an environment where I would get support. So then I went to Toastmasters. Have anybody here ever heard of Toastmasters before? Raise your hands. I want to see some hands if you guys have heard of Toastmasters. We don't know a lot of Toastmasters here. Okay, Toastmasters is a club you pay $45, $50 to go to for the year, and you give speeches in front of other people that tell you how good or bad you are doing inside of Toastmasters. It doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, and they give you feedback verbatim on your speech. They also force you to step outside of your comfort zone and stand up and to talk about something on the spot. Kind of like this. What do you do?
I do lawn and landscaping. 35. 2 years.
So, I am the CEO of a big business, and you are in an elevator with me, and you've got to give a 60-second speech. You want my attention. What are you going to say to me?
I'll give you my experience. I'll tell you.
Oh, I'm here. My name's Stan. You want my attention. What are you going to do? So this is uncomfortable, isn't it?
I wasn't ready for this.
No, that's my point. You guys, your mouth is going to make you your money. You've got to be able to, at any time, be able to understand what is motivating your customers. And every customer is going to be different, all right? So you've got to start to look at your customers like, I need to understand what motivates you. Why am I here for you, right? Because a customer wants a partner on a project. A customer wants somebody that's going to take more off from their table than they're going to put on it. Let's move this out of the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to drop that on you guys. So when you actually look at, I want you guys to think of a job like you're partnering up with your customer, because what's going to happen is they don't know what you know. And how you communicate your skill to them is going to be fundamental to how effective you are at selling that job. Who here has heard that customers don't always necessarily go at the lowest bid? Has anybody ever heard that before? All right, keep your hands up if you've ever experienced it where you came in but you won a job but you were not low bid. Okay, has anybody here won a job when they were high bid? Yeah, oh, so why? Why did you win the job, Art? Why?
Because of previous experience and past jobs.
Okay, so your work spoke for you. What about you?
My confidence, my communication skills with them, and the ability to relay my experience to them.
Okay, so how important is your ability to communicate with your customer then? Was that more important than anything else?
Well, you've got to have the walk to back up the talk, but if you can't tell them, if you can't communicate it, they don't know that it exists.
You know, I needed a benchmark, somebody to go up against, right? And so I used what other people's success to motivate and drive me to the next level. So when you guys are looking, I want you guys to look at other businesses, and I want you to go, I want to be like this business. I want you to model what somebody else is doing and use that until you feel like you've learned use them. Use them. It's a simple technique. Use them. But we were sitting after an event and we were just talking, and you then asked me a question about what was it, the biggest, most money I've ever made on a job or something like that. Tell me that story real quick.
So when I was younger, I was watching Sam's videos, and one of his plowing videos, like, yeah, I went out and made like $8 grand in one night. This is when I was just starting. I was like, wow, I really want to do that. So what do I gotta do to make $8 grand in one night? So my second year in plowing, we had 5 or 6 guys, much shovelers, and now we do that all the time. Can't count how many times we've done that. So then, when we were at after party at Atlanta, the Impact Live event, I asked him, like, so what's the most money you ever made in one day landscaping? So like 22,500. So I'd already reached the goal, like, man, I want to make $8 grand so bad, and I did it. And then so I'm like, so now what do I do? I reach that goal, I gotta set another goal. So I asked him 22 grand in a day, so that's what we're going for now. The most we did now is about 16 grand a day for a project for the city of Big Lake, right in my hometown. So we're getting there.
How old are you, Garrett?
I was born in the 2000s, so 19.
He's 19 years old, you guys. He's gonna bust 450G this year, right?
Once we finish all the projects we have scheduled, we'll clear 600.
600, and because you use benchmarks that other established contractors have done, and you said, I'm going to do that.
Without that, we'd never be where we are. We'd just be just wandering around wherever. You gotta set a goal and just head straight for it and do whatever it takes to get there.
So one of the goals, thanks Garrett, because you know what's more important than anything else is you guys. When it boils down to it, you guys have the power. You guys, your opinions are where the power's actually at. If I become a spokesperson for a John Deere, whatever, pick a brand or whatever, and they're crappy, you guys are gonna walk away going, I don't believe anything he says anymore, right? So that's where companies look at me and they go, well, we want to work with you, but we don't know what we're going to get, and I'm okay with that. I don't care either way, because I'd rather serve the audience, I'd rather serve you guys than serve one massive company, period. Anything else, you guys?